Is anyone familiar with Tiny Tim's Santa Claus Has Got the AIDS?
Yes.
What?
I believe that is from South Park?
No, this is Tiny Tim.
The real Tiny Tim?
Apparently, yeah. It was like in the
Peanut butter
80s. I think he wanted to like write a song about, AIDS recognition. So I'm going to need you at some point, Schnitzel Wolf, to come back with Tiny Tim's Santa Claus Has Got the AIDS.
If it is allowed, I will do that.
That's a real
Request denied.
wow.
Like to keep my job.
So I'm looking at the bracket here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that.
Oregon will play James Madison.
Yes, with their 20-something point favorites.
It's Oregon's the 5. James Madison is the 12. Now, if I had told you at the start of the season that was going to be like let's go back to August. Rewind to August Suke.
Sure.
And I'm sitting over here. I'm like, you know what they're going to do? They're going to play James Madison in the first round. You would have done just that. You would have laughed.
I would have laughed. Yes.
And here they are.
The Sun Belt champion.
They are actually playing James Madison, which is, I think, a total lame-o letdown bullshit,
yes,
of a game. At the same time, if you're an Oregon fan, you're like, okay, well,
it's as well as it could go.
Yeah, it's like, this is good. We'll win that, and then we'll go and play Texas Tech.
No one is saying, because I've heard some Texas Tech and Indiana fans be all butthurt, because everyone's butthurt. But let me state for the record.
Why are they butthurt?
Well, because of this. But let me just say,
They got buys.
No one is more of a bitch than Notre Dame. You're a bitch. Everyone thinks you're a bitch, and the only one complaining.
Why are Indiana and Texas Tech complaining about Oregon and James Madison?
No, they're complaining because a lot of people, the pundits, are saying that Oregon has an easy draw. And so they're Texas Tech and Indiana.
They do. It's not easy, but it's the easier of the two sides.
And therein lies the point. So Texas Tech and Indiana lighten up. No one's saying that you're easy games. They're saying if you're Oregon and you weren't going to be the 4 seed, everyone knows the 5 is the place to be. You are going to be overwhelming favorites against James Madison. And yes, Texas Tech's defense is really good. And Indiana just got done proving that they're the best team in the country. They've beaten Oregon and they've beaten Ohio State. And those were legitimate victories. Take nothing away from them. But from a talent standpoint, yes, Oregon is going to be James Madison doesn't belong in the field with them, that they are going to have a massive advantage with the exception of probably the defensive line. And even then, it's not like Oregon has a bad defensive line. And again, talent standpoint, not saying they're a better team, Indiana proved it. But you aren't going to face a team that is overwhelmingly more talented or even as talented as you to a man until you would get all the way to the end. So yes, if you had to draw up a bracket, and you could lose to Texas Tech, you could lose to Indiana, you're not losing to James Madison. This is a good draw. You avoid Ohio State, you avoid Georgia. Yeah. That's good.
Of course. And there isn't anyone who would think otherwise.
Well, unless you're at Texas Tech and Indiana.
We have to make a pact. You and I.
Yes.
We do a radio show together.
Yes.
Stop bringing up what fans say on social media. It's a waste of time. Fans are idiots. They are. And it hurts the discussion. It's like, just because Texas Tech fan is butthurt that he can't handle that they're not Georgia and Ohio State. Like, I don't know what to tell you. That's just dumb. Yeah. So it's not even worth our breath. Okay, can we do that?
No.
You, me.
No.
You and me.
No. Let's do it.
No Stephen A. takes.
However,
no
Ryan Clark. And Cam Newton.
None of them. I don't care what anyone. And by the way, here's another thing. I'm going to make a declaration right now.
Ooh,
you're not going to hear this reporter bitch about the college football playoff one time. I don't care. Listen, I get it. It's a mess, okay?
Sure.
There's no question. It needs to be completely blown up and revamped. That said, I'm tired of everyone just constantly bitching about it. I got to tell you, I had a great time yesterday. I woke up and I got my coffee and I took Molly on a walk and I came and I sat down and I turned on ESPN at 9 o'clock. Now, I was a little perturbed that it took them a half an hour to get to the rankings.
Sure.
But I get it. TV. And I was thoroughly compelled, oddly compelling television, even though it's kind of in a show. And yes, of course, Notre Dame being left out, which, by the way, I got to give you credit. You're the one that called that.
Yeah.
You called that. Now, once, because you said on Thursday, I wasn't here on Friday, but on Thursday, you said the way they set it up, they teed it up so that BYU, if they lose, is out, and then they would compare Miami and Notre Dame head-to-head, which is exactly what they did, and they flipped Miami because they beat Notre Dame. And you called that. Now, on Sunday, I'm sorry, I'm going long here, but one more point. On Saturday, when Alabama got smoked and looked so bad doing it, it was amazing because I was with you on Thursday. I'm like, I think that's right. I think you're seeing that right. Okay, then Saturday comes around and Alabama gets smoked, and all of a sudden the narrative, you could again, this is why just there's too many pundits, there's too many dumb fans, there's too much noise out there that doesn't mean anything because all of a sudden the groupthink was, well, Alabama's out. Yeah. Alabama shouldn't be in. Because some guy somewhere who probably has a little bit of a following, tweets like, "Oh, Alabama doesn't deserve to be in." And then all of a sudden, everybody thinks that, and everybody's tweeting that, and now we're talking about Alabama not being in. Dude, they didn't even move a spot in the rankings.
Nope.
So this is my point: is I just think it's flawed. It's shockingly flawed, and probably really frustrating if you're a Notre Dame fan or, Texas or whomever. But I, as a fan. Am absolutely having a great time. I think the bracket, even though the G5 schools in there is, it's kind of less than ideal, but that's the system. Yeah. It's going to be great. Yeah. It's a great tournament.
I always say to anyone that complains, it's better than we've ever had. What's the old argument that perfection is the greatest enemy of better? This is better than it was last year, which is better than the year before.
Do you remember the BCS?
Yes. I remember a time before the BCS when at the end of the year, we just voted and we were like, okay, well.
Okay, you're champs.
Miami is a champion, but then so is Washington. Well, they never played each other, nor did they play a common opponent. I don't know. Let's each give one of them a championship.
Yeah, you guys both win.
So
everybody go home.
It's so much better than it was. Wow. And for the Notre Dame fans that are crying and they're like, this is the greatest travesty. Florida State was undefeated and got left out of a 4-team playoff. Yeah. Florida State was undefeated, and together they were like, no. And yet Notre Dame is standing up there acting like this is the worst thing that's ever happened. And this is why I say, Notre Dame, just play like a champion until we don't get our way and then we take our ball and go home. I hope that Notre Dame, the rumor is that Notre Dame tomorrow is going to pull out of the ACC. I hope every other power conference turns to them and goes, cool, either join a conference or we don't schedule you. Like this whole power play on the part of Notre Dame, how dare you?
Well, what does the ACC have? Why are they mad at the ACC?
Because the ACC pumped up Miami over Notre Dame. Notre Dame actually
they're not a full member of the league.
Thank you. Notre Dame's AD actually had the balls to say that the ACC has done permanent damage by promoting Miami over Notre Dame. And my favorite part about Notre Dame is their only argument. The argument isn't that Miami was in over them, because you can't argue that. Miami beat you. Your only argument is until the last ranking, we were ahead of you. So they're upset, not that Miami is above them. It's just that they're only above us at the end, which is the lamest thing in the world. Miami is like, whatever you think of that, at the end of the day, because had Miami been put above Notre Dame before the last ranking, Notre Dame would have no leg to stand on. So Notre Dame's only argument is, Notre Dame is O.J. Simpson at this point. Yeah, we did it, but we'd like to get off on a technicality. That's all your argument is. And you look and sound like the world's biggest bitch to everyone in college football that isn't suckling at the Notre Dame teat. It's embarrassing. All you're doing is embarrassing yourself. And I hope that the rest of college football takes a look at this and tells you to go take a flying leap. When you decide to take your ball and be like, well, we're going to leave the ACC, you realize, Notre Dame, that you do need those other conferences. You do need that. And maybe if you had actually joined a conference, this wouldn't happen to you. I have lost all respect for Notre Dame based on this whole thing. Well, we'll just take our ball and go home. We can't bother to be played because the system is a farce. The system is rigged for you better than any other team.
I think there's like 10 teams that opted out of bowls.
Yeah.
To be fair.
But some of them actually have a legitimate reason, like Iowa State. Iowa State.
Ohio State opted out?
Yeah, they're done.
Wow.
Iowa State doesn't have a coach, doesn't know who their coach, they're trying to put that together.
Well, they got Jimmy Rogers.
Trying to keep a staff together, trying to figure out who Jimmy Rogers is going to hire, trying to keep their team. I get Iowa State. Notre Dame just is being a baby.
There's a couple of them that went to their players and said, because like you said, there's a lot of coaching changes and stuff. And some of these teams went to their players. And I think Kansas State was one of them where they just were like, do you guys want to play? And they're like, half of us aren't even going to, half of us don't want to play, so we're going to opt out. Yeah. And so therefore, the rest of the guys are like, whatever, no. Yeah. I don't want to go to El Paso.
We're good.
So Notre Dame isn't the only team that opted out. But anyway, Let's continue the college football playoff discussion next. Lord knows we have 11 days to talk about it because for some stupid reason,
Yeah.
again, I'm not going to bitch.
Up.
Not going to bitch. But they don't start this. If you're wondering,
No.
the games don't start this weekend.
No.
They start the weekend after this weekend.
You're correct.
Is that the right way to say that?
Yeah.
The weekend after next?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah.
11 days until a college football playoff game, which is
And then
it's
two,
very dumb.
two of them are duds, which is the unfortunate part. But two of them are exciting. I didn't complain. I just said 2 were duds and 2 I'm excited about.